What's going on, investor family? You're listening to the Stock Market Tour Guide podcast, where I help you navigate the uncertain world that is the stock market. I'm your host, Stock Market Jay, and I'm here to save the day, bringing you the news you can use with regular fundamental analysis, insights, helpful tools, and strategies. All right, guys, as a disclaimer, just to start it off, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just an educator. All right, guys? I'm an educator. I believe with proper education, we can navigate the stock market. That's why this is called the Stock Market Tour Guide. I'm your tour guide. I'm here to help you, right? I'm here to educate you, right? Towards a brighter future. I feel like we all should invest and have the capacity to invest. It's just a matter of what direction we want to go in, what you choose to do with your free time in terms of personal development and education, or, building that side hustle, that nest egg, that investment, right? Building towards that future, right? It just all depends what you want to do. Do you choose to learn how to play the game of money and to be able to equip yourself in order to win the game of money, or you're just going to be idle with money, right? And not circulate it. So it's an education platform, man. I'm here to teach. I'm here to help people with, what I've been through on my journey. I've learned a lot, and I'm experiencing a lot right now being an investor in the markets during these uncertain times, man. We got, crazy things going on in the economy, war in the Ukraine. China keep doing the city shutdowns, the no COVID policy type of deal, inflation through the roof, Federal Reserve starting to raise interest rates. So people are screaming the word recession like it's some real uncertain times right now. And these are the times where new millionaires and billionaires are created. This is the time of economic contraction. So the economy's slowing down right now. We're experiencing a quantitative tightening right now. It's a lot of liquidity in the market. So right now, the Federal Reserve's job is to pour that liquidity out of the market, and that's what's happening right now. So it's our job to be able to grow money and earn money passively through these times, and go deep, right? This is the time for vertical integration, to expand your reach and expand what you're doing. In whatever you're doing, right? Whether it's investing, double down. Your business, double down, triple down, right? Your personal development, double down, triple down. It's going to pay dividends when the time comes. But anywho, so today is going to be, we're going to be on fundamental analysis and fundamental investing. At heart, at core, that's who I am. That's what I do. Okay, my educational platform for people that haven't caught on to it or that don't know. I'm a fundamental long-term investor. All right. I do love dividends. All right. At this point in my investing, journey, I'm a dividends investor. Right. I'm investing for cash flow. I'm investing for income. I'm reinvesting those dividends. Don't get me wrong. And I'm experiencing that compounding effect of reinvested dividends over time, which is a beautiful thing. Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who gets it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it, right? So I've been able to, see those returns compounded, annually, and with those dividends, it's a nice snowball. So I'm a dividend investor, right? I'm a value investor. Value investors, dividend investors, they can tend to look similar at times because you can find dividend stocks. Good businesses, good companies, good stocks that happen to be dividend. Happen to pay a dividend, but it's a value company. What that means is I want to buy companies that are undervalued. I want to buy companies that are good, strong businesses, and they're selling at their stock price isn't selling as high as the company is actually worth. Like the actual stock, the number you have to detach that as a fundamental investor. You have to detach that stock number right there from the business, and you have to find out, is this a good business? Okay, and I'm gonna unpack that. But then, give me a second. But then you gotta find out, okay, is this a good stock? Is this price fairly valued? Is it under market valued, or is it overvalued? Okay, and that's how you have the making of a great position as a fundamental investor in the stock market. So what people have to understand is, it's all different types of fundamental. What fundamental investing boils down to at its core is, are you investing in a good business? Do the numbers add up? I'm a numbers guy. A lot of people do different type of investing in trading and in investing in different asset classes in crypto, real estate, whatever, what have you. And it's different styles of investing with everything. You can have people that use technical analysis with stocks and charts and graphs and all the other good stuff. And it's I respect everyone's investing approach. I think it's dope. I love it. I mean, it's like, cause it's something it's like foreign to me. So it's like when I'm here, I'm surrounded by it. I'm intrigued by it, right? But it's not, it's not my lane. If I can find a way to dibble into it or dabble into it to where I can make it an asset, cool. But I like to be around it, I don't know, it's crazy. But that's not my lane. I'm a numbers guy, right? I like do the numbers make sense? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? Is this a good business? Do the numbers suggest that this is a wonderful company that we're investing into? I invest in good businesses, good businesses. I'm a business owner. I'm a businessman. So do the numbers make sense? Is this a good business at its core, at its fundamental core? Is this a good business that I'm gonna get a good value for? Because I'm gonna buy under market value. That's how you get the most gains over time. Like I said, fundamental long-term investor. So that's how you get the most gains over time. So am I gonna get this company at a good under market, undervalued price? And is this a good company who in the long term is gonna grow their business year over year? Gonna grow their cash flow. They're gonna grow their revenue. They're gonna grow their net income. They're gonna grow their profits. They're gonna grow their return on equity, their return on invested capital. Like year over year, this company is gonna grow. And one, it says it in the numbers, because the numbers have to make sense first before we even move forward. Is this company beating earnings? Have they beat earnings 8 to 10 consecutive quarters in a row? Is the management team up to par? Have they been there? Do they have longevity in the management team, or do they have high turnover? Are they doing what they're promising shareholders that they're going to do for their company? Because as shareholders of this stock, this is a business. You're an owner in that business. Okay? That's what people fail to realize when it comes to investing, right? You're an owner in that business, so you have to keep up with these things. And do the numbers look right? Is what it boils down to. Warren Buffett is a fundamental, or what he considers a value investor, but he's a fundamental investor. And I listen to a lot of Warren Buffett interviews and Charlie Munger interviews. Of course, they do them together most of the time. I don't know, man. It's just, it makes sense when the numbers add up right, when, you can understand the company's brand, the moat, you know what I'm saying? When you understand, like, how strong a company actually is, the recognizability, when you just know these things and understand these things, it just kind of hits differently to you. Like, this is a good business. Do they have good business practices? Like right now, during these times of high inflation, you have these businesses that they're raising their prices to keep up with inflation. They're raising the prices of their goods and their services. Rents are going up, gas is going up, everything is going up right now. All the good companies are doing it. All the good companies are doing it. All the great companies excel at doing it. meaning that if they have to, they'll raise their prices every month, every 2 months, and people are still going to consume their products. Coca-Cola went up, people are still buying Cokes, Procter and Gamble raised their prices, people still consume every single product that they have on every shelf everywhere because they have they have crazy market share. It's like crazy, it's crazy. Procter and Gamble's a beast. But it just makes sense, right? When companies start, they slow down hiring or they have layoffs. These are all good practices, like in business. It just makes sense. But why? Because we all should understand that it keeps those margins nice and healthy, right? You don't want to be spending more money than what you're bringing in. That's what and they're just preparing for it. They're preparing to make sure they stay ahead of the curve. Sometimes market sentiment doesn't appreciate that, and the stock will take a hit, but who cares? That's short-term noise, right? We're not going to get spooked by anything short-term because why? These companies are cash-loaded, because we only, as a fundamental investor, as a value investor, I only want to invest in companies that have a bunch of cash money, right? And little to no debt. No more than 3 years in debt. If they good enough, they got a bunch of money, bunch of cash, 5 years, but typically no more than 3 years worth of debt, or maybe zero debt. Like, you want those real cash loaded companies. They can survive that short term noise that I was just talking about. They can survive that. I'm pretty sure if they can survive that, it means their brand is big enough to where people aren't gonna stop consuming their products. They just gotta do what they gotta do to make sure they can get back into the good grace of the stock market and, maybe some areas of whatever business they're in. But a good company is a good company regardless. Like, it doesn't matter what is going on in the economy. It doesn't matter if we're experiencing, an economic tightening right now. If we're in a, economic downturn, and especially since it's uncertain times, it's a lot going on right now, especially like financially, but great companies can survive that. And that's the basis of fundamental investing. Outside of, is this a great stock price that we're buying in at? Is it under market value? Is it undervalued, right? Are you investing in a great company? Or as Warren Buffett likes to call it, a wonderful company, right? Or are you investing in a wonderful company? And did you buy it at an attractive price? That's literally, watch Warren Buffett's interviews. The guy has stories for days, wise man, great investor. The investing stories, they just make sense. He just throw out like random, just random stories. It'd just be crazy. But it'd be funny. I don't know. It's crazy. But great businesses, man. They withstand the test of time. That's one. I mean, Google's been around for a long time. Apple got some skin in the game. Nike been around for a minute. JP Morgan Chase, woo, it's old school. Businesses have been around. Procter and Gamble, oh man. Businesses have been around. And strong businesses stay around, right? Right? It just makes sense. It's proven. It's proven facts. Hanes ain't going nowhere. Hershey's ain't going nowhere. It just makes sense, right? Strong businesses withstand the test of time. And strong businesses make sense. And that's what it boils down to when it comes to fundamental investing. Do the numbers match up? Do they make sense? Is this business the type of business I understand? Is it in my circle of competency, as Warren Buffett so eloquently puts? Is it a product I already consume? A lot of us use iPhones. A lot of us go to Starbucks, eat at McDonald's, whatever have you. Those are areas where you start to see what's a great business, or do I understand this company? And then you can dive deeper into, okay, what is this stock price, overvalued, fair market value, or undervalued? If it's overvalued, just wait. You have to be patient when you're investing. patience is a virtue, especially in the world of investing. You don't want to get in at a 52-week high, at a ATH, an all-time high. You don't want to get in at the wrong buying point and invest in a risky stock. That's risky investing right there, right? You don't want to get in at the wrong time, and if you were at the height of a bull market, or you were knee deep in a rally or something like that. Like, you don't want to get in at the wrong time. It can be a lot of volatility in it at whatever time, and then boom, next thing you know, the market flips, and you sitting there holding the bag. Like, you holding the bag. Like, it's, you don't want to do that. So you got to be patient. Like, I've watched stocks for 6 months before I bought in. I watched them for 2 months, month and a half, like just stalking them just to wait for that price to go down, because they get inflated. A lot of liquidity was in the economy as well as the stock market. And that's what's happening right now.